We have Kavya, who's written in an email now. She says that she owns a 3 BHK apartment near the Ghodbunder Road. Now she wants to sell her flat. How much price can she expect? She wants to know if demonetisation will have any effect on her deal. She had bought the apartment for 1.2 crore. Sadly, Arvind, she's not telling us the exact micro market. Ghodbunder Road, of course, is a huge stretch that we're talking about, all the way from Thane to Borivali, in fact.
Yes.
And but she says 1.2 crore is what she bought it at. How is it going to affect the seller? Because like you just said, there is pressure on prices in the secondary market.
Yes. So let me take that part first before we came down to the specific of the property price. Look, demonetization impact on the seller is going to be seen or will be evident only if you yourself had paid cash when you acquired your asset. If you didn't, then, it's obviously, not going to hurt you. But if you actually did, whatever percent it might have been, then probably you're not going to be able to, or you don't stand a very good chance to recover that particular component because it's going to be increasingly difficult and it's not even advisable to try and recover cash for the cash that you paid. So if the deal was clean, if you acquired it in a clean manner, 100% check manner, don't worry about it. I don't think it's going to hurt you. But if there was, then probably, you have to brace up for the impact. So to that extent, I think we've clarified that, Kavita. Now, on the property which is on Ghodbunder Road, we don't know where exactly Ghodbunder Road. And I will assume that 1.2 crore, so she probably has an area of about 1,200 square foot or so. That is a fair assumption to make at this point.
Yeah, it's a 3 BHK, so I'm guessing
3 BHK, so yeah. And you have slightly larger apartments that side of Mumbai. So about 1,000, 1,100, 1,200 odd square foot area. That is what you acquired it at. I don't know if she said when did she acquire it. Did she say that?
She says that, no, she doesn't say when she bought it.
So that's another missing piece in the information. But still, today's going price along Ghodbunder Road is about 9,200, 9,300 to about 12,700. Say about 13,000 rupees a square foot. That's the kind of price a good, clear property will fetch in the market. So translating that into today's market price will be about 1.4, 1.5 crores for that kind of a property, somewhere in that range. So, that should give you an idea that if you sold your 1.2 crore property today, you'll probably gain another 15, 20 lakh on top of that. That is the basic thing that you could remember. However, don't take it as a valuation. Valuation is a matter of doing a deep dive. And it also depends on what physical condition your property is in, what's the access like, where are the roads, what's the micro location like, are the support infrastructure and other things in place. So if these things are in place, expect 1.4, 1.5 crores subject to other clearances. And if these things are not in place, then probably you're going to make either nothing or just about, a couple of, maybe a 5 lakhs or so on top of that. So it's a very generic thing that one can tell in the absence of specific information. But I think that should be the baseline for her decision making.
Also, very quickly looking at the way Ghodbunder Road is structured, and obviously because Kavya didn't give us too much information to go by, and that is also a request to all you viewers tuning in. If there are questions that you want answered, do ensure that you give us as much as information as possible, because that will also help our experts give you more pertinent answers to the questions that you send in and the questions that you ask. Arvind, very quickly, on the Ghodbunder Road area, on that entire stretch, in fact, what kind of, if you're looking at locations specifically, what kind of locations command the maximum price? Are these the ones which are closer to commercial complexes, which we know there are quite a few on the Ghodbunder Road? There are road-facing properties. There are ones that are inside. You have gated communities. So what kind of property commands a good price on Ghodbunder Road?
It's a very large subject, Kavita. Let me try and summarize.
No, I'm just trying to do this so that, she gets a fair idea of where her apartment stands.
Sure. So, let me give a very macro kind of a picture first. Remember, Thane as a whole, including Ghodbunder Road, is going to have a lot of IT and ITES kind of real estate development in future. We are, quite aware that quite a few properties are going to be developed. That immensely adds to the residential potential of these markets. So, if I take an example, if you go near Koperkerne, for example, there are quite a few projects that will come up in future. But even westwards from there, you will have quite a few projects. We earlier said, there is a metro phase 4 which is going to land up there. That will add not just to Kasar Badavli, but the whole stretch of Ghodbunder, because from there the whole stretch is going to be impacted. So keep a close watch on where all the new commercial developments are coming up, where all are the new infrastructure developments coming up. Of course, we are not talking about Navi Mumbai Airport, etc., which is quite far, and probably it will cast its impact much, much later. But in the immediate future, you must have an awareness of the new commercial developments, that is the office developments coming up, and these infrastructure things like the metro phase 4. They will definitely add anywhere between 5 to 15% to the property value in, say, 3 to 5 years, whenever these points come up, actually.
Right, and Kavya, I hope that helps you give some more pointers to actually value your property. Of course, if you're stuck, you can write back to us again, this time with all the information, of course, and we'll try to get you a more pertinent answer, more detailed answer to your question.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at magicbricksnow. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/magicbricksnow.